Shelley Winter Show. Informative, unique, fearless, and topical. So before I get into Venezuela, I want to tell you all this, okay? So I reached out to my friend as I was watching the news this past weekend, and I saw what was happening, and as the conversation that we had on Friday about SNAP benefits and everything, and just how, you know, I apologize. I got loud, and I apologized on Friday. I apologize again. But when I saw the reaction from some people, not all, from some, many were completely, you know, kind and everything. But from when I saw the reaction from others, I thought to myself, you know what? This is going to be tough for people that get EBT card SNAP. And I know for a fact that the food banks will not be able to handle the increase, right? Maybe for a couple days they may be able to, but they won't be able to. Atlanta Food Bank, Hosea's Feed the Hungry, places like that will not be able to handle the increase of need, in need. So what I did was I reached out to a good friend of mine, Daniel Ray of Ray's Southern Foods. They're in Forest Park. And I talked to him about this idea that I had, and what he has agreed, and I'm asking restaurants across the metro, if you're listening to me right now, you own a restaurant or you're a manager of a restaurant, talk to your owner. If you know of a restaurant owner, reach out to me on Facebook, an instant message, or you could call in tonight and we'll get your name and number, right? And if you're going to participate in this, feel free to say your restaurant. But what we're asking restaurants to do starting on Monday of next week, if this government shutdown carries through to Saturday, and people will not be getting food with their SNAP cards because there won't be any money on them, what we're asking restaurants to do is to offer free food to those with EBT cards. And so if you, Daniel Ray of Ray's Southern Foods in Forest Park has agreed. I think he's going to be doing it next Wednesday. And he's going to be offering up to 200, maybe more, meals to just people. If you show up with your EBT card, they will give you a free meal. And that's starting on next Wednesday. So I'm asking, I want to start this on Monday. So if you own a restaurant, you can call in 448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. And you want to participate, we'll find days, and we'll just make this a thing that we can spread all around the metropolitan area. If you're a politician running for office and you want people to vote for you, get on board. Just as simple as that. You can make the arguments about Republican versus Democrat, but this is going to be for people in need. So please reach out to me either on Facebook, Instant Messenger, or here on the station, 448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. In any way, shape, or form you can help. We will get your number and put you in touch with the appropriate people. I want to talk about Venezuela. So I have been a conservative for a very long time. And I remember when Obama was president. Actually, it goes back to a little bit to Bush, but it really started with Obama. And I remember when Obama was president, and I had high hopes for Obama. I really did. But I remember how I felt when he would drone people, right? And they would just tell us, oh, they're terrorists. And they would drone them. A drone would fall from the sky and blow people up. And on a couple occasions, U.S. citizens were droned. And I remember at that time, there were many conservatives at the time who were bothered by the extrajudicial killings from above. And they said, wait, there's no due process here. We're just going to kill people. And many of the conservatives were upset about the whole entire thing, but they were especially upset about U.S. citizens. And I remember this like it was yesterday. The pundits, the radio talk shows, Rush Limbaugh's of the world, rest in peace, were saying, oh, this is wrong, right? And I remember when Obama was doing it, one of the main talking points of conservatives at that time, I don't remember it like it was yesterday, was, who does he think he is? A dictator? He has to go through Congress. This is what conservatives said at that time. Democrats largely were silent. And now we get to Venezuela. And the government tells me these are drug dealers. They're cartels. And we're just droning them, killing them, bombing them, blowing them up in international waters. Democrats are screaming and yelling, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. They said nothing before. Conservatives are like, yeah, it's okay. They're drug dealers. All right. He has every right to kill drug dealers. No judge, no jury. No due process, nothing. Just blow them up out of the water. And regardless of what you may think of these people, I think they're disgusting people as well. But I still live in America. And at the time when Obama was doing it, I said, this is dangerous. Because a country can do it to us and our citizens. Or a country can do it to our citizens living someplace else. And that's what conservatives, largely, their argument was. Now it's different. This is dangerous. And we're sending warships to a country because of the drug cartels. And I'm doing air quotes. Where most of the drugs come from Mexico, we're sending it to Venezuela, who, by the way, has tons and tons of oil. Who, by the way, sits next to a country, Guyana, where they just found oil, shale for oil under their land. And nobody on the conservative side is bothered by this. And that terrifies me. Everybody on the Democrat side is largely you-know-what, full of you-know-what, because they didn't say anything the last time this happened. But it terrifies me that we are all comfortable with this. But lastly, I want to say this. I don't care how you feel about the people that are being bombed. I don't care how you feel about the constitutionality of it. I don't care even if you could support it with international law, because a lot of you are very smart and you'll call in with the law and the maritime law and all of this stuff. Let me say this to you right now. Are you comfortable after spending the entirety of 2023 and 2024 yelling at everybody that would listen when they ask you, why are you voting for Donald J. Trump? And you said one of the main reasons that you said, and I know you said it because I said it, he started no new wars. We fought no wars while he was in office. We said that. We said that that was one of the greatest and wonderful selling points to 2024 for Trump 2024 reelection. I said it countless times because it really was what I believed. I knew it was true. And it was wonderful to have a president that didn't fight or start any new wars. And now within the first year of being reelected, we're looking at putting warships off the coast of Venezuela. Not because they're a sponsor of terrorism, not because they are the most dangerous country in the world, not because they're part of an evil axis, simply because they have oil. That's it. If you think this really has to do with drugs, then you really are not the brightest bulb in the apartment. You really are. You're not bright at all. This is all about oil. This is all about money. This is all about power. This is how bullies act. Now, I'm not talking about the president. I'm talking about countries. This is how we used to act, but we elected him not to be like this anymore. That's why we jumped on board in 2015 and 16, and again in 2020 and again in 2024, because this is not who he was. And we sold it. He sold it to us, and he told us, this is not who I am. I'm not going to start a new war. Yet before December of the first year of his second term, we're moving warships and Marines to Venezuela. I didn't vote for that. I voted for quite the opposite. I voted for no new wars because that's what I got in 2016 to 2020. Remember, we said that to ourselves. How can we possibly now not say there's something wrong here? I don't care. You could spin it any way you want to because I know you will, and you will come up with great reasoning. And I know it will make sense to you, but it makes no sense to me. When I went to several rallies, when I watched him on television, when I covered him on the air here, I pounded in people's heads. No new wars. No new wars. And we won't have any wars while he's there the second time. Vote for him. And before December of his first year of his second term, I'm looking at warships and troops being moved off the coast of Venezuela. I don't know if it'll become a war, but I know it's warlike. And if you think that's okay, then dare I say, you're not the brightest person ever. I don't care what you say back to me. Because you were told, and you told others, there were no new wars, and there won't be any going forward. And we said, yes, I don't want to send my children to die. I don't want to spend money to blow up other people. You said that. I said it. You said it to me. I said it to you. And we said it to others. Now for you to back this means you're either a hypocrite or a fool. 448720750, 1-800-WSB Talk.